Swasti Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Sai Ishwaraya Vidmahi Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Sahna Vavatu Sahno Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karva Vahe Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahe. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Asato ma Sagamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukh Bhag Bhave. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Sai Ram. Good evening and welcome to all of you. Day 31, 1st of December. So yesterday we spoke about how to perform our actions, and we said that in all circumstances, whenever we are performing any action, big or small, we must give it our most honest effort, our best effort, and without any expectation of any result. We should do an action for the sake of doing an action and not because we are either trying to please anybody or we are trying to expect any particular result, because result will come, but we offer the result to the higher consciousness and do an action for the sake of action, stemming out of righteousness, stemming out of dharma, stemming out of our sense of what is right. And since we have aligned our thoughts, word, and action, all purified thoughts will come to us, and that is how we will act. So, acting without expecting a result, like we say, do the best and leave the rest. So today I am going to share with you something that many years back had come to me as a way of life, as a way of being happy in our life at all times. And I was guided to come out with what we call as the cup of happiness. Many of you would have seen it. Many of you would have seen the video of this cup of happiness. And I will send it to you, the video again after the session. And I will also send you the PDF of this as well, so that you can print it out and you can keep it in your own homes. Now, what is this cup of happiness that we are talking about, right? I don't know about your countries, but I think both in India, in England, and also I know that in Latin America, we all love our cup of tea. Okay. So inspired by the cup of tea, and we like to have our cup of tea 2 times a day. And we Indians really love our tea. And we are not so much as coffee drinkers as the tea drinkers. So we said, why not look at happiness as a cup? And like we brew a cup of tea, we can actually brew happiness for us. And therefore, the cup that I talk about is a metaphor for life. Okay. And this tea that we are having is the tea of life. Now, what we want is that every cup that we have, we feel happy after that. So what is it that we've created? If you look at life simply, then it consists of three things happening all the time. Either we are performing some action, or we are reacting to some action caused by others, or we are in a constant interaction. So action, reaction, and interaction. Now, if we can remember that when we are acting, how do we act and what we avoid? And when we are reacting, how do we react and what do we avoid? And if we can remember when we are interacting, how do we interact and what do we avoid? I think we should be pretty okay in life. And we are doing this at the end of our entire series of overcoming the mind and operating from our consciousness and knowing that our innate nature is that we are happy beings. So, as a sum up, all that we have done so far, I thought today I will share with you this cup of happiness. So, let's brew this beautiful tea of happiness. Now, when we make a cup of tea, we use many times the tea bag. So I'm using a tea bag to represent what we are going to put in this cup. So in this cup of life, I'm talking of the first tea bag. So there are three tea bags in life that we have. One tea bag is to be used when we are doing action. One tea bag is to be used when we are reacting. And the third tea bag is to be used when we are interacting. Okay. So let's take the first tea bag, which is the tea bag of action. Now, if you see that a tea bag has three parts to it. One is the bag, which goes inside the cup, and attached to the bag is a thread, and the thread has a small paper flag from which we hold the tea bag. Okay, so the flag is kept outside the cup. It is never kept inside. So what goes inside is the bag part, and the thread is basically just joining the bag and the flag. All right. So what is important for us in our lives is both this bag part as well as the flag part, and they are interrelated because they are very well connected to each other. So when we are acting, the tea bag of action, the bag part is called honest effort or best effort, which we spoke about yesterday. We dedicated the full session yesterday on action. So whenever we are acting, we are from our side going to give it our best, our most honest effort. You keep your hand on your heart and say, this is my best. I have done what I can do in this situation. Okay? And that's easy because by now, our mind has been purified, our chitta has been purified, and we are operating from our heart center. And so therefore, it's very easy for us to do that, to say, I have given it my best. I have given it my most honest effort. That is all that we want. Our best effort. Our best effort. And once we've done that effort, the flag that we are keeping outside our cup is the expectation of results. So in our cup of life, when we are acting, what we are keeping inside our cup is our honest effort or our best effort. And what we keep outside the flag, which is any sort of expectation from the action that we have done. We are not looking for recognition. We are not looking for reward. We are not doing it to please anybody. We are doing that action because that is what is being prompted to us from within, and that is what we believe is the right thing to do, right? Such actions are called dharmic actions. They come from our sense of righteousness. Okay, so that is what we do when we drink the tea of action. Okay, now there's another tea bag that we have, which is called the tea bag of interaction. Second tea bag is the tea bag of reaction. Now, a lot of times we are reacting to situations that come to us. In that time, we use this tea bag. Now, in this tea bag of reaction, the bottom part or the bag part is called forgiveness, and the flag part is called negativity. So, whenever somebody says anything unfavorable to us, something that we don't like, something that is untrue, we, instead of getting into either an argument or creating negativity about that person, which makes us react, we quickly in our heart, do a prayer of forgiveness. And that prayer was given to us by Jesus Christ. And he said, forgive them for they don't know what they do. Forgiveness is such a beautiful, energetic cleanser. You see, we have realized that everything energetically goes and gets stored as samskaras in our mind. And we've been using this Trikuti Guru Chakra meditation to clear off, right? So every time, something hurts us here in our heart. And if we don't clear it instantly with forgiveness, then what happens? It goes and gets deposited in our subconscious as samskaras. And it creates problems for us energetically, though we think, oh, I didn't mind. It's okay, but forgiveness is like a balm. Forgiveness is like a cleanser. We, have turmeric for cleansing our blood, but we need to drink forgiveness so that we can cleanse ourselves from these deep samskaras of hurt that we carry. And as we've said, we only carry samskaras of negativity. Good things we just enjoy and forget. We only tend to remember all the hurt, all the pain, all the negative experiences, and we hold on to ourselves. Somebody cheated on us, somebody did this, somebody did that. We keep holding it. Oh, this was horrible, that, it has happened. You need to just get this out, because if you hold on to it, you are causing a challenge for yourself. So in this cup of life, when we are reacting, we choose the tea bag of reaction, where we keep the bag which is forgiveness inside the cup, and what we keep outside is always negativity. Because if you allow negativity to come in, then that is what starts to tip the scales of our life, and we start getting sucked into one negativity leads to another and to another, and then we become a powerhouse which is attracting negativity all the time. So remember forgiveness, and remember to always keep negativity out of your life. Okay, now let's come to the third tea bag. Now, what is the third tea bag? It is called the tea bag of interaction. Now, with people whom we live, or who we work with, or whom we meet regularly, we are interacting. Now, how should we interact with people? So for that, we have another tea bag. Again, it has a back part and it has a flag part. What is the back part? The back part is love. So we keep love inside our cup when we are interacting with others. Okay? And we keep judgment out. So the flag is judgment, because when we judge others, we can never love them. And when we love them, we can never judge them, right? And so our interaction with people, especially our family, especially our friends, all those who are actually constantly interacting with us, with them, we need to use the tea bag of interaction, which means all interactions coming from our heart will flow through with love, and keep the judgment out. Never judge your loved ones. Never say, oh, he or she is like that. The minute we do that, we have already created a negative doorway. We have created a distance between us and our loved one, right? And, especially in the closest relationships, this is a major cause of our problem, because what we do, we label them. Oh, this person is from the mind, I am from the heart, right? That person is always doing this and I am doing this, and therefore, I have to always react. No, because that is where the challenge is coming. So if we go into the space of love and say, this person is exactly who he or she is, okay, and has exactly the same consciousness which is in me, which makes me divine, is also coursing through the person in front of me. Remember? And we had spoken about it earlier, the whole image that every interaction or every situation in our life, every challenge in our life, every person in our life is nothing but a teacher. And there are going to be tough teachers. Remember, we do not learn so much from loving teachers as much as we learn from tough teachers. And the reason is because we do not want tough lessons in our life, right? We may be loving beings, we may be full of love, but there is something in us which does not want our mind. We may be great in our heart, but we have very stubborn minds. There are some things that we are not open to at all. And therefore, those are the lessons we are not learning in lifetime after lifetime. So therefore, you need somebody really strong to come and hammer it on you. And we don't like it, because we say this is not who we are. But if we had not judged the person, and if we had just gone back and said, what is it this person persistently is is trying to tell me. It's like someone persistently knocking on your door and saying, hey, wake up, wake up, wake up. I'm saying something to you. But you know what we keep doing? We keep saying, no, you're not seeing me. Hey, you don't know anything. This is how you always do. Why are you disturbing me? That's our challenge. Especially a loved one who's in a close relationship and you can't get rid of that relationship. That has come as a teacher for us. But we don't look at it. We keep thinking how bad the situation is for us, and therefore we start to fight against it. We create some walls in trying to deal with it. So please use the bag of love. And in love, there is no judgment. You cannot. And once you've judged, love just does not come. And that spoils a relationship. And we have seen that love, we're seeing the love in our group, right? We're seeing love with the people we interact. Love just opens everything. Love creates miracles for us in our life and can create miracles and does create miracles everywhere. We may or may not know. People may not show it to us. But love never goes waste. So these are the 3 tea bags, right? Tea bag of action. What do we keep inside? We keep honest and best effort. What do we keep out? We keep expectation of any result. Then if we are in a reaction phase, we use the tea bag of reaction. What do we do? What do we keep inside? We always use forgiveness. And what do we keep out? Therefore, if we will forgive, we will not become negative. Forgiveness not from the namesake, oh, I forgive you. No, from your heart. Energetically, you have to clear it. You have to hold your hand on your heart and then say, I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. Right? And energetically make sure that clearance is happening. Otherwise, it's going to cling on to you. Words will by themselves don't do anything. And then interaction. Actually, our stance, whenever we are either reacting or interacting, should be we are coming out of our heart center, which means we are coming out of love. We are sharing love with others, and it keeps out negativity. And so when somebody says something to you negatively, something that hurts you, first of all, forgive that person. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. And then tell that person, I love you. I love you. And cover the person with the white light and the light of love, and surround the person energetically. And what it does is it starts to shift everything for us. And in this tea, now we've introduced only so there is a cup of life and there is a water around it. We've introduced a bag. Now we need, like me, a lot of us like sweet tea. I can't have tea without any sugar in it. So for me, the sweetener in the cup of life is called acceptance. Because if you've accepted the person or the situation, because the situation has happened, situation will happen, the result will come. If we are in the mode of complete acceptance of people, of situations, then it will help us to enjoy our actions, our reactions, and our interactions in life. So acceptance is essential, and that too unconditional acceptance, not creating ifs and buts, not creating conditionalities around it, not saying, oh, if this happens, then I will accept. Unconditional acceptance. Because remember, teacher, we are divine consciousness. Everybody, every situation it's a play. In this play, all the actors are coming around us only to give us something. And if we see this, if we accept it, that they are teachers, we can love them. But if we see them as into the buckets of negative and positive, hatred and light, and then we get caught up in those emotional bundles, and that is where the karmic account starts getting twisted again, and the mind takes hold of us. We are right now, we have moved away from the mind. And so therefore, I'm giving you all the techniques. We're summing up this whole section that we've done. The 31st day is the day of concluding what we have done so far, so that we move into, so this is the experiential part, and now we are going to move into the beingness part. So that's how we are moving into the next session of our experiential journey. So the sweetener that we are using is called unconditional acceptance, and you need a stirrer. If you put sugar, you need to stir it, right? And the stirrer is called awareness. Stir the cup of life with awareness. Awareness of who you truly are. You are not the body. You are not the mind. By now, we all have gone through that journey. We are that consciousness. consciousness. We are that seat that is there in our heart in which love flows. We are that which is present everywhere. We are that creative life. That is the truth of our being. So if we stir every action and if we look at every action and reaction and interaction through the lens of acceptance and awareness, right? And we've spoken about this all through our sessions, that how when you bring the awareness of who you truly are, suddenly everything changes. When you see yourself as an individual, when you go into limited consciousness, which is when the mind comes in, is when you see things differently. But the minute you put the awareness of your divine consciousness, suddenly everything shifts. So, it's just a perspective. And as we get into practicing the presence of this consciousness inside of us, the witness starts to grow and we are able to see things so different from how we have seen so far. And suddenly everything shifts. Problem doesn't remain a problem. A challenge becomes something to learn and grow. And suddenly we become enthusiastic. We see it all as a game. And soon we become that skilled exponents of this craft called life. And we exude love. And this love flows to everyone. And that is what we are beginning to experience. So as it says in the cup of happiness, it says that if you have this cup 2 times a day, morning and night, then happiness hashtag is happiness guaranteed. Okay. So I will send this to you and you can see it's very effective. It has all the essential ingredients that you need on a day-to-day basis. And many people that I know with whom I have shared this, I again got some 500 or 1,000 copies and I've distributed to everybody, right? This is how I've been, trying to be of service to all the people I know and I love, that try and help them. People do not know how effective this simple thing is. They listen to it. I have a video on this or I have given it to people. But, we are so caught up in life, like the book, 9 Steps to Divinity. It's so profound in its brevity. And yet, people just flip through it, read it. And because that awareness is not there, it does not catch our attention. And nothing can happen before the time has come. And I think at least this group, I see all of us have shifted. And all this is starting to resonate in these 31 days of a journey. They are no longer concepts. I think something is moving and something is beginning to say that it all makes sense. Yes or no? Right. So, so I will share with you the video as well as this chart. And if you think it's useful for you, use it and share it with others. When I understood that this is my life's purpose and this is the reason of this life, that I have to share what has been given to me by the Supreme Consciousness, by my Guru. It's the grace of the Guru which gets you where you are. And therefore, as I said on Baba's birthday, that his life became a message for me, and now my life is going to be a living his message. And so therefore, he always told me that you and I are one. And he had told me in 2010 that this is what you will be doing. At that time, I never believed it. I thought, it's just not possible. And he had told me how things will happen in the future. And I see everything as the divine wills. Everything else is a play. I tell you, this world is such a play. And what is meant to happen happens. We lose patience on the way. We get carried away. And so who are we in this divine drama other than to play our roles and play our roles with perfection? And what a beautiful task that God has given me, to be the harbinger of love, to share love with humanity. He said, you will go everywhere carrying my love. Through your words, my love will reach and transform the hearts. And I cannot tell you what a blessing this is. And therefore, please accept my love and my gratitude, all of you, for giving me this opportunity to perform my life service and to be able to share this love with all of you, which I know each one is experiencing at this time. This love is really why we are here. This love is why this whole creation was made. This love is who we truly are. This love is God. This love is Satya Sai Baba. And this love is what creates the magic for each one of us. So as you experience this love, Tell yourselves that I will share this love, because today there is an activation, a big activation happening for everyone. The heart chakra is being opened to receive a much higher level of energy. It's Baba's gift to all of you. And I thank Baba for this most amazing gift that He has given us all. And I am gratitude that He chose me to be an instrument of His. And I hope I remain worthy of the task He has given me to perform. I thank you all. Love and blessings. From the Creator. May all of you be happy and peaceful all the time. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Sai Ishwaraya Arpanamastu. So lots of love and light, and see you tomorrow. Sairam.